Hey, what's up? It's Jacqueline. Welcome back to the show. So since we last spoke, a lot has happened in the world. I know I say this every week, but since I last recorded, I found out that Kristi Noem's husband and I have the same size tits. We went behind the moon, and Trump is going to flatten Iran tonight? ? By 8 p.m. Like, did anyone else see that? I know this is major news. That tweet? The end of, what is it? The end of civilization. A whole civilization will die tonight. So there's a lot happening. We're going to cover it. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here. It is currently Tuesday, April 7th at 2:05 p.m., which would make it 5 p.m. Eastern. The deadline for this deal to happen is 8 p.m. Eastern. Guys, this is breaking news. Hold on, let me just read the tweet or the truth, whatever the fuck. I don't think he uses X. I think he uses, I don't know. I don't keep up. A whole civilization will die tonight. So I read that first line that Trump tweeted. I'm just going to say tweeted. Fuck it. And immediately I'm like, he's going to nuke the country. Like in my life, I will see another Hiroshima happen. And it might happen tonight. And he wrote probably, we'll get to that. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight, one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. I don't know. A whole civilization will die tonight. And he says probably it's giving nuke. Like, I'm actually, okay. I know I said last week, nothing about the war has been, it does, nothing about this seems serious. Like, I can't take, I mean, it is serious, but the way the president acts and the tweets and then the memes from the White House, the war thirst trap videos, like it doesn't, this is just such a wild thing to witness. You know, it's a war, but like it's, I don't know. This feels serious. Anyways, that's about all I have to say about that. I didn't want to start off with I honestly wanted to start off with Kristi Noem's husband's tits. And I wanted to connect that to, like I already did, my tits. Let's talk about tits on the show today. Let's talk about tits. Who doesn't love some big, juicy tits? Okay, so I'm baffled by this story. It's a serious situation. Like there are a lot of men in private cross-dressing, a lot of men that present as very masculine, straight, alpha male type men they're usually married to alpha male women, or alpha female women, like Kristi Noem. But there's a part of the population that's into cross-dressing, that's into what would you call it? The bimbofication fetish stuff. The giant balloon tit stuff. And he's part of that community. And we'll deep dive into that a little later. But I guess what I will say is that my surgeon, the one I went to, and I've been to two, I've never talked about my my big tit journey, but I never, I just don't want to, it's a private matter. Okay. My body, my choice. I will say that the second surgeon I went to, the one who took me up a notch, specializes in XXXL tits, like Kristi Noem, Byron Noem is his name, that he's into. Okay. I think the OnlyFans model he was communicating with had something like 3,000 cc's, or he wanted her to get 3,000 cc's. Yeah. So anyways, they're out there. The surgeons can do it. It is a thing. I could get into detail about the way I don't want to disclose. Like, you know how Kylie finally disclosed her cc's? She commented on a TikTok, her exact specs, like, I think it was it like 400 and some cc's, moderate profile, under the muscle, gummy bear, teardrop, whatever. And then she said the surgeon, like, I think once you do that, like, I'm keeping that close to my chest. But anytime I tell people, they pass out, because the number of cc's inside of my body of plastic or whatever the fuck is inside of me is, I'm probably, now I'm just objectifying. I'm just like, let's just be, I hate when I do this. It just makes me uncomfortable, because I'm like, it is my brand to overshare and to tell you everything. But like, I'm probably one of there's a lot of older MILF type women out on the West Coast with lots of like huge, like fake like tits, with a lot of cc's. I'm probably one of like 20. I had a friend come over. Okay, it's just so funny when I have friends with fake tits and they tell me how many cc's they have, and like, this is kind of like a pawn meeting for. It's like one of the first things you talk about when you meet a new girl, and then you bond over the fact you both have fake tits. And then I love when they share their cc's, and then I say mine, and they have to like grip their chair. I won't say anything else about this topic anymore. But we went behind the moon. So we went behind the moon. Unfortunately, that also feels unserious. Like, it's so serious. It's such a big deal, but we're so as a society, we're so unfazed by news like this. I think the word is overstimulated and underwhelmed. We are overstimulated and underwhelmed when something that would normally overwhelm us with fascination, like going behind the moon in 10 days, that it seems like they went around it really fast. I'm like, wait, didn't they just launch and like they're already on their way back? They're gonna fall in the ocean off the coast of San Diego here. What is it, on Friday? So something that would typically fascinate us like that. I'm seeing a couple photos from the Artemis launch, and I'm seeing them, the 4 astronauts in the pod. I don't even know the name of it. What is it called? Like, did they name the pod Apollo? I don't remember. And I'm just like Taylor Frankie Paul left the Mormon church. Next story. Like, she filed another restraining order. I don't know if it's another one. She filed a new restraining order against Dakota because apparently he slammed her head against a dashboard. You know, it's just like your brain is in a popcorn machine at all times with news, where it's like, back in 1972, the last time we went to the moon or got this close to it, you would have come home from school. You would have, I'm thinking of like being a high schooler. You know, you come home from school. Maybe you had practice. Maybe you played a sport after school, like basketball practice. And you come home, you're going to watch the Artemis shuttle for the NASA Artemis launch happen on TV. There's like 4 channels. I don't remember how many were in 1972, but there weren't a lot. You didn't have a phone. You come home from practice, you pour a bowl of cornflakes. You pour a bowl of cornflakes, you sit in front of the TV, you're watching, I don't know if you would casually just watch TV after like school and practice like that, but you're parked on the couch with a bowl of cereal, your pre-dinner, your post-practice cereal, excited to watch this. And you're just thinking about it all day. You're like, oh my God, we're going to the moon. And then later that night, your mom made pork chops and applesauce. What goes with that? A side of apple chutney, or no, not the apple chutney. What the applesauce? You got the apple. We didn't do the apples like that. We did the applesauce from the jar. Pork chop and applesauce, side of green beans, maybe some potatoes of some sort. Your mom made that. You're eating dinner, watching TV. You're watching the launch over dinner, and then like during dinner, you're choking on a pork chop, like eating it so fast, and you're realizing, okay, the launch is happening in 2 minutes. I'm going to go sit 2 inches in front of the TV. And like, that was our life. Okay. We were so stimulated. We were able to feel and able to be fascinated and excited about things. And now it's like, oh, that happened. They're on their way back. There's a picture from behind the moon that's never been seen before. They named a crater. They named a crater after one of the astronauts' wives who passed away from cancer. They're up there. They're taking pictures of Earth. We're there. They're up there. And I think a piece of it is we're all conspiracy brains. So it's actually more exciting for us to go on TikTok and watch people debunk the astronaut videos of them floating around. Like, people are like, oh, green screen, they're on wires, and it's all fucking Hollywood shit. It's not even real. And so that it's almost more, it's more stimulating to try to look for for the clues that it's not actually happening. Anyways, so we have a lot to talk about today. Let me move forward. I'm going to start off with the life updates. Tell you what I did before this episode. I haven't had a fat bitch lunch. Excuse me. I haven't had a fat bitch lunch and a nap right after in a while, especially before recording. So we're going to talk about that. And then we've got news. We are going to go back to Kristi Noem's husband's tits. Nancy Guthrie updates, which is at this point, what's there to say? There are some new, there's something new came out. I feel like I need to stop with the burping. Okay. This is from my fat bitch lunch. It's permeating in my system still. Cause I ate and immediately went horizontal and then popped up. I barely drank water. Let me drink water. And then, press record. So sorry. Bodily functions on the show today. Like every episode. You guys are inside of me. Like, you're in my body too. Like in your ears. You get to hear all the Okay, one of my pet peeves, this is super off topic and random, but I think some people that are influencers like the fact that they have a vocal click. Like when they're voiced, when they talk. Sometimes I hate watch this influencer or there's two influencers I hate watch that, and they're like really nice people and they do a lot of helpful things for their followers. So like, shout out, but like the reason I hate watch is because of their vocal thing. And it's like, how do you not hear that and go like, ooh, it's a little too clanky. It's a little too saliva-y. But I think they like it. I think they like it. People get off on their own bodily functions. Okay, and then I follow this influencer and I'm about to unfollow her. I really like her. I really like her because I see myself in her in so many ways. We are so off topic. But when I start noticing that, oh, wait a minute, all they do is eye fuck themselves and all they do is body check and all they do is like, you know what I mean? They're obsessed. It's like they're so obsessed with themselves. It's like it goes too far. It's a fitness chick I follow, and she's so fit. She's like the fittest. I mean, you could go look her up on my following list. I don't care. She's amazing, like amazing. She's a mother. She's fit as fuck. Like, but I'm just it's getting kind of annoying because I'm like, yeah, it's very one note now to me. Like when I follow it, but yeah, social media. It's a mind game. One day you're into someone, the next day you're out, and it could be this for the dumbest reason, like they're clinking noises they make. Okay, so we've got Noah Beck, TikToker, Baywatch. What's he on Baywatch? He was you guys know who Noah Beck is. Hot boy on TikTok in 2020 that popped off with the hype house, the sway house. I don't know. Bryce Hall they were friends. His sister is getting into some shit that's crazy. Summer house drama. I think we'll put it to bed after this episode. I covered it last week. And then speaking of insufferable influencers, something insufferable an influencer posted, and I have thoughts. My thoughts is that she should not be on camera, and she should be working in a call center. We'll get to it. So let's just do the plugs. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast. Wherever you listen to podcasts, please hit that subscribe button and review the show 5 stars while you're there. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe. Subscribe to my YouTube. This is a video and audio podcast. Hi, YouTube. If you're on YouTube right now, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And finally, if you want to support the show, patreon.com/TJMS. Patreon.com/TJMS. It's $5 a month. Go check it out. Patreon.com/TJMS. All right. I had a fat bitch lunch for the first time in a while. We talked about grocery shopping last week and how I haven't been to the grocery store in like over 2 months. Okay. And I've been Amazon grocery delivering every week. And I feel like a fat, lazy piece of shit. But at heart, I am a true American, and sometimes I indulge in the convenience offerings out there. The apps that offer convenience. Okay. Time is money. Now we can save time. Why haul all these beverage? Like whenever I have to do, okay. The issue I have with groceries isn't normal grocery stuff. It's the drink groceries I have to haul. Like the boxes and boxes of drinks. That's where I'm like, fuck, it's just like a whole thing. And I have to fill up an entire cart because I bulk buy drinks so that way I don't have to do it as often. So that's kind of a bitch. I'd rather have an Amazon deliver do it for me and stack it up at my front steps. Anyways, I had a fat bitch lunch because we are down to the wire. We are bare. The fridge is bare. All I have, okay, so it's so bad. Like it's time to get groceries and I haven't sat down to order to get the delivery, the grocery delivery. I just haven't taken the time to sit down and do it. And so like last night I was going to do it and then it didn't happen. So then it didn't show up this morning. So there's still no food in the house. And then it's like, I didn't go to the grocery store today because I'm podcasting so it's not going to happen today, which means that we're going to have to DoorDash dinner tonight or go out to dinner you guys, so I'm kind of in a coma right now. So what we're getting to, and this is life updates. Hi, welcome back to the podcast. We do life updates and we do news and then we get the fuck out of here. I'm opening a Diet Pepsi. Or no. Last week I broke my nail when I did this. I'm being careful. Oh no, I'm going to break the metal tab. Like I'm literally going to break the metal tab off. Wait, hold on. Oh my God, why can't I do it? Okay, I got it. This is it's a Pepsi Zero Wild Cherry. That's a religious experience. If you haven't had it before, highly recommend. That's like drinking water for the first time. I am a Pepsi convert in 2026 because of the Super Bowl, honestly. And then the post Super Bowl podcast ads everyone's doing about Pepsi. The way people are talking about Pepsi is making me like horny for Pepsi. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. I grew up drinking Diet Pepsi Lime. Every time I went to my grandparents' house, out of their garage fridge, every single time I went to their house growing up, it was the Diet Pepsi Lime out of the garage fridge when we were hanging out at their house. And I forgot about Pepsi. And usually, like, when I'm out at an establishment and they don't do Coke products, they just do Pepsi. And they're like, is Diet Pepsi okay? It never hits because it comes out of the spigot. It comes out of the spigot at the bar or whatever. What do you call that? The soda dispenser into a cup with way too much ice. So it's like watery and a shitty little straw. Like, it doesn't, I like a can. Okay. I like a can. I'll drink Diet Coke out of the spigot like that on ice. It hits like, that's when, okay. How do I like Diet Coke the best? Can, spigot, the plastic bottle's the last option, right? But can, spigot, plastic bottle. Same with Diet Pepsi, except I like Diet Pepsi out of the can. I do not like it out of the spigot. What do you call that? The dispenser thing. Anyways, so I'm usually kind of like, so for the longest time I've been whatever about Diet Pepsi, because whenever I have it at these restaurants that don't serve Coke, I'm like, well, it's not Diet Coke. It doesn't taste as good. Oh no. Now I'm like excited to get Diet Pepsi when I'm out. Cause I'm like, wait, all these people, the way they've been talking about it on their podcast and advertising like Pepsi products, I'm like, wait, it makes it taste better. Like, it actually makes it taste better. And the Super Bowl commercial about Pepsi, I think, well, I forget what it was, but they really yeah, it worked on me. So, that's what we're drinking today. Back to my fat bitch lunch. We're out of groceries. It's time. All we have is snacks and condiments and eggs. But I already had eggs this morning. You know, like I already had eggs. So it's like, I'm not going to make eggs for breakfast, lunch. Like, this is the thing. We're so blessed we even have this in our fridge, and we have, I have Gulf shrimp. I have wild Gulf shrimp. I just remembered in my freezer. They're too gamey. The thing is the reason why I'm avoiding making them is because the one time I made them, we have like a half a bag left of these frozen wild Gulf shrimp. The reason why I haven't making them is because they taste too gamey. So I didn't reach for that. I already had a protein shake this morning, so I didn't want to pull out the protein powder again. So I'm like, okay, I have baby carrots, all the condiments in the world, eggs, a jar of Grillo's pickles, peanut butter, jelly. I guess that's part of the condiments. And then crackers, popcorn, chips, oatmeal. I already had oatmeal this morning. I had that with egg whites. So I already did the oatmeal. Like frozen blueberries, frozen veggies. I really want, like, the thing is whenever I go to eat, I want protein, right? Like, I want the main thing to be protein. I didn't have any options other than the eggs and the stupid Gulf shrimp that I hate, that are just, Corey loves them. And I'm like, we are not the same. Like, it was just like too fishy, like not fishy, but too like, I don't know. So I ate, you guys, so before this podcast, the reason why I'm in a coma doing the show right now in the afternoon, which I never record this late, is because I had a half a block of wine soaked cheese. You've probably had it you've probably had it before. It's from the grocery store cheese section. What am I saying? You guys, I had a half a block of wine soaked cheese and rosemary crackers with Kalamata olives on top. I put it on a paper towel on my counter, and I layered. So I did like 12 crackers, 12 pieces of the cheese. Like, this would fill a plate, but I did it on a paper towel. So think of like an entire 2 paper towel. You know how they're, you can tear them apart, like 2 paper towels together. Boom. It's like a plate size. Tons of crackers, like 12. The cheese, and then a Kalamata olive on top of that. And I ate that one by one. Over the counter. Okay, I didn't even sit down. And I knew I was like, I need to record my podcast, but I'm really hungry right now. So I need to eat this. I did a hard cardio workout this morning, and I haven't been doing cardio in a while. So I felt wiped out. Okay. I felt hungry, wiped out. Like whenever I do cardio and then when I haven't done it in a while, it makes me tired, especially midday. And this was around like noon. And so I'm eating the cheese and crackers with the olives. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need a sweet treat. After this salt, I'm going to need the sweet. I go in my pantry and I get a half-eaten bag of Tate's chocolate chip cookies. They're kind of, I don't like crunchy cookies, but these ones are crunchy. And I actually kind of fuck with these. So I had, oh my God, this is so fat. And you guys, the thing is like, this is why I know I healed from my eating disorder, because like for real. And I was telling Corey this the other night, I'm like, wait a minute. I have not had a bad like binging moment I can't even remember, like probably like since probably like 7 years. Like I haven't felt that feeling of like, I can't stop. Cause sometimes when I didn't have food back in the day, like, and I just had snacks like I did today, I would have no off switch because I'm not getting the food. I'm not having a normal, like protein, like carb, like a normal balanced meal. So I'm just scrounging, and then the scrounging turns into like, now I'm doing flavor combinations, and now I'm doing texture combinations. And now I'm just like I did today, opening a can of frosting and slathering it on the Tate's chocolate chip cookies. So then it's like, okay, I wanted the sweet. I get the Tate's half-eaten bag of chocolate chip cookies. I lay 2, of the chocolate chip cookies on the paper towel that was kind of soaked with olive juice. So then I was like, wait a minute, these are going to kind of taste like olives. They didn't, but, cause the paper towel got kind of wet from the olive jar. And I'm like, wait a minute, we have frosting in the fridge, and it's Miss Jones frosting. That's like organic, coconut based, it's not your Betty Crocker chemically cream cheese frosting. It's like a healthy one. So I slathered some frosting on these 2 cookies. Over the counter, I'm scarfing them down while I'm listening to a podcast like about the war, and like it was like half war stuff and then it was like half pop culture stuff. And then I had 2 of those, and then I was like, okay, I'm good. No, I wasn't good. I needed a plain then I had a 3rd chocolate chip cookie and just with no frosting. And then I just like walked into my office as I ate that. So it was just a bullshit, like, what do you call that? Typical girl lunch, but it had there's like no meat, no like, so, passed out from that. I was so in a coma after. I was like, wait, I can't. I was preparing to podcast after, but I was like, wait a minute, I will not make it through. So I need to take a nap. Immediately went and took a nap after eating that. Not good. Full of like cookies and frosting and cheese and crackers and olives. Okay. And we're back. Okay. And then we got up and then we pressed record. So, I feel like I need a sound effect. No, I don't know.
At the beach.
Oh, Jesus. Haven't used that one in a while. Fat bitch summer.
At the beach.
Okay. If anyone doesn't know, wait, is Justin Bieber performing this weekend? Coachella is this weekend. The Masters is this weekend. Yeah, is Justin Bieber playing this weekend? Wait, I think it's him first, right? No, Justin Bieber is April. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah, he's on Saturday. He's on Saturday. And then he's both weekends. April 11th and 18th. So yeah, I have extreme FOMO. Like that would be, I don't know. I feel like the setting though, I don't know if I'd want to be at Coachella to see him. I don't know if it'd be like the best. I would want to be in an arena. Yeah, I feel like I'd want to be in an arena with like better acoustics. I don't know how the acoustic, I've never been to Coachella. So yeah, let me set the scene. I did the food. I did the lunch. Okay. So that's the state of your host carrying you along today. Carrying this ship along. We're full, we're fed, we're napped, and yeah, I'm not even going to tell you the lip gloss and the powder. Like, what, you guys, it's like, why do I even do that? But I am going to powder a little bit. How are you? I hope you're having a nice April. I hope you're, yeah, good and healthy and happy. And I hope you have no stress. If you do, just know you're not dead. So it's like, it's only going up from here. That's a thing. Like when I've been at my worst, it's so funny. I'm going to connect this to Trump, potentially nuking Iran. I don't know why I'm laughing. Yeah. When I've been at my worst, like the perspective I have, and like when I'm at my rockest of rock bottoms, I just like tell myself, wait a minute, I'm not dead. Like I'm not. So like, why do I'm going to live to see another day. Who cares? Like, I just kind of get, whatever about it. Cause I'm almost like giving up. I'm just like, whatever. Like you almost, yeah. So you'll get through whatever you're going through. If you're going through something right now, yeah, one of my hardest times in my life was actually around this time. Looking back, I'm like, it was so stupid, but I have like Coachella PTSD from a long time ago. And I remember was it during this podcast? I think I was still podcasting at the time, but yeah, I went through something really hard during April. And at the time it was like the biggest thing in my life. Like, oh my God, everything's like it's the worst thing ever. And then you get through it. And then, but yeah, when you're at the time you're going through it, it's so hard to have perspective and to see the light. But yeah. So it's like the thing I was going to say about Trump is that when I've been at this is what it's giving. This is what the tweet he tweeted is giving. Okay. Like a whole civilization will die tonight. Is like when you're in a crazy argument where you're screaming and yelling and you're disagreeing and the other person fucking hates your guts or like, no, they love you because it's like family. Usually it's like usually when I'm fighting the hardest, it's with a family member. It's not with like a friend. Okay. But they really deep down love you, but you're like going so hard, you're screaming, you're yelling. And like when I have been in these situations, okay, like you get to the point where I have felt so crazy in these fights, like so crazy. Like my brain is like, I'm being gaslit. I'm being manipulated. Like they're making me feel crazy. I don't know who I am. They're making me feel like I don't know who I am, like what's real and what's not. And I'm confused because I feel like I didn't do anything and they're making such a big deal about it. And it's like, I'm feeling psychotic. And then I feel like they think I'm manic. And then they're telling me like, check yourself into a psych ward. Like you are crazy. And then it gets to this level. And then I'm like, I'm going to kill myself. And then once you say something like that, it's like, it shuts them the fuck up. And then it makes them like empathetic and like, oh, we're so sorry. Like, oh, like then it gets real because they're like, wait a minute. Whoa. So it's almost like Trump saying this is like a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. It's like it's like when you're it's like when you say like, I'm going to kill myself just to wake the other party up and just to make them like, oh, wait, he's actually serious. You know what I mean? So, I know that's like so fucked up, but sometimes I've been like so not depressed, but just like overwhelmed with emotion, I think is the word. you're overwhelmed with so much emotion. You feel crazy. You just have nothing left to give. You just hate the situation. You almost get like this numbness feeling where you're like, I just want to float away. Like I would never kill myself, but like you feel like I don't want to be here. Like you're just like, oh, like I don't want to feel anything anymore. Because you're feeling so much. You're just like, what would it be like to not feel any of this? And that's when you say things you don't mean, like I'm going to kill myself. So, yeah, that's what this is reminding me of. It's like, Iran's like, oh, he's serious now. Like, we're going to find out tonight at 8 p.m. It's going to be insane. Okay. I mean, does this mean he's just going to he's going to flatten? I know he said they're going to flatten all their bridges and all of their war materials and like the infrastructure, which I feel like they've already kind of been doing. I don't know. Guys, it's such a fucking shit show. So last night we watched the national championship, the NCAA men's basketball championship, UConn versus Michigan. And my heart was with UConn because I like the coach. I don't know. I like his vibe. He has such a basketball coach vibe. I think his name is Dan. So we watched that. Ordered Chipotle, or no, Corey got, this is the thing. This is the thing. We had no food, okay? And I told him yesterday what I ate. It was similar to what I ate today. I've been eating like a squirrel for a couple of days now because the groceries have been, we're out of groceries, right? So I was like telling him what I ate yesterday, and I guess he had like a bigger lunch. He's like, I'm not really hungry, whatever. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, we keep ordering DoorDash. Like we keep doing it. I mentioned this last week. Like we've been ordering a lot of DoorDash and grocery delivery. It's been really bad. And it's just a phase of life we're in right now. Okay. It's a season of time. It's just like, it is what it is. Okay. And I had like, what did I even eat yesterday? It was some bullshit, like fat bitch lunch like I had today, but it was just like squirrel food, crackers, and like, I don't know. Did I have any leftovers? I don't even think I had leftovers from anything. So it was just a rough day in terms of like getting the proper nutrients in my body. And I'm sitting there, national championships on, and it's already started. It's like halfway through for the first half. And I'm like, should we order food? And he's like, I'm not really hungry. And then he's like, oh, like you're like, oh, I see, like you need food. Like you're hungry. What do you want? And I'm like, Chipotle. He's like, okay, I'll go get that for you right now. And I'm like, his brain, sometimes I'm like for example, we were out of paper towels. We have this entire like Amazon list for our household. Like anytime something's out, you just go to the list and immediately click it. It'll show up the next day. Like it's one of those things. It's like, okay, it's efficient. It's convenient. Why walk into Home Depot and get the paper towels? Cause that's where we get them. Like why make the trip? He loves to make a trip. So the other day he got the paper towels. He comes home from work. We're out of paper towels. Immediately turns around and goes to Home Depot and gets them. I'm thinking, oh, just press the button on Amazon and it'll show. That's such a like wife thing to do. I don't know. That's like how the wives work. We're like Amazon everything. Okay. He's like, go out, like go conquer the store, go into the wild, spear the paper towel roll, take it back home to your family, present it to your wife. Okay. But yesterday during the first half, and he was really invested into this game because I don't know if he had money on the line. I mean, like what he had some bet where like I don't really know, but he went and got Chipotle. So we had Chipotle last night. We watched the national championship. Really nice of him to do that. He got himself a bowl too. He's like, I'm not hungry. And then of course gets himself a bowl. When did they stop making the lime chips? Does Chipotle not make the lime chips anymore? The hint of lime? Because that's why I love Chipotle, because when you would eat your burrito bowl with the chip, it was kind of a lime tinge. Yeah, the chips last night were not good. So it was Easter. Life update, it was Easter. You guys, speaking of food, I feel like this is a really food heavy episode, but sorry, I'm just like reflecting on this time last year, how I was like heavily abusing my GLP-1 medication. I'm not even heavily abusing. I'm just joking when I say that. But I was like deep in my GLP-1 era, okay? And we weren't really talking about food like this, but like I'm back, okay? Like appetite is back. We're eating, we're fueling, we're large and in charge. It is what it is. Fat bitch summer is coming upon is coming upon us. And I made cinnamon rolls back to Easter Sunday. Corey went to Palm Springs for a night to golf with his buddies out there. And he literally just went for, one night. And then Easter Sunday morning, usually I'd be going to church back in the day. Actually, we would go the night before. You guys, my mom sent me some videos from our Catholic church I grew up going to. And it's like the vibes are different. I don't know what's going on in the Catholic church, but like maybe they're just not rebranding, but it just seemed like it was a 3-hour mass on Easter Eve, the night before Easter. It was a 3-hour mass, and she sent me a video, and there was a lot of fire. There were multiple priests. It's usually like one priest. I guess there's like a deacon. There's like a deacon. Maybe there are a couple deacons that sit next to the priest. I don't know. And then the priest, and then, it was like multiple priests, fire, and then the lights in the church were off. It's kind of like dark energy. Like it just like the vibe was different. I don't know. They were like outside in the dark. I know like during Easter, there's like burning of, no, we would do Palm Sunday. We would burn. The only fire I remember from my Catholic school days and going to the Catholic church was they would burn the palms for Ash Wednesday. But, people were gathered around with candles, and there was a fire, and there was priests around the fire. And I'm like, what's going on in the fire? So usually I'd be going to church on Easter Sunday. This time I woke up, alone. Okay. Woke up alone. My husband was he was on the way home from golfing, and, I made cinnamon rolls. And they were the best cinnamon rolls I've ever, I legitimately could open a bakery. I think the key to life is, it's like, yes, it's good to have passions, but like you need to know what you're good at. And that's what you should focus on doing. And like, I'm very good at baking, like naturally, like it comes so easy to me. Like, I'm just so good at it. Anytime I make anything for anyone or bake anything for anyone, everyone takes a bite and then immediately says, holy fuck, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. 100% of the time, that's what they say. And I don't know if you've ever been to someone's house and they're like, I made cookies, or like, I made cupcakes, or like, I made popcorn balls, and you eat it and it's like, it's like, okay. You know, it's like, it's a little dry. Not when you come to my house. Okay. You're going to leave. It's like, I'm pissed how good they are. We could not stop eating them. Like it was to the point where, okay, on Monday, I had 3 for lunch. Cause again, we didn't have groceries. Okay. That was my fat bitch Monday lunch. I had 3 cinnamon rolls for lunch. And, this is so bad. And there were 2 left. And it was the type of thing where I was like with the fork in the pan, like kind of like scraping at the other 2, like after I ate the 3. And I was like, no, these are going in the garbage now. And Corey called me. He said, throw them away. Like throw them away. So yeah, I made cinnamon rolls. We watched, what did we do on Sunday? We didn't really do anything on Easter. I think we just kicked it at the house. I told the girl off at the gym. Yeah, like, no one is safe. If I'm in the gym, you're not in a safe place. That's the thing. Like I own it. I'm like, hey, you know what? First of all, something I'm overcoming is people pleasing, right? Like I always take the high road. I'm overly nice and sweetie pie, right? We've talked about this a million times on the show. I am in my cunt era. Okay. Like my call a bitch out era. I'm embracing the fact that, and this might sound like, hey, who hurt you? Right? Like, I think this is actually some deep trauma that I need to work out. I think it's because I was bullied. Okay. I think this is me at the ripe age of, what am I, 31? Like this is how I'm working through the fact I was bullied. Okay. I'm now becoming the bully. The student becomes the teacher. What is the phrase I'm looking for? It's like, I am exercising what people exercised on me and I'm getting even. But really, I'm not even being a bully. What I'm being is I'm being a pill. Okay. I'm being a Karen. I'm being a little extra, a little bossy, a little like, who hurt you? I know how I'm coming across, but the thing is I'm exercising the fact that it's okay to not like everyone. It's okay to get vibes from people you see in public that are around you and just off of vibes, like not like them. It's okay to have enemies. It's okay to not like people. Who says we have to like everyone? Obviously you should be kind to everyone. It's not like I wasn't being nice. I'm really not being mean. I'm just being direct. The word is I'm exercising being direct and confrontational in a diplomatic way, okay? Because the thing that we've addressed on the show, and this is part of the things we hate list, I have a running list of things we love and hate on the show. If you're a new follower or a new subscriber, I'm always adding to the list. But one thing we do not stand for on this show is filming people at the gym without their consent and just roping the whole gym into your content, okay? Especially when you're blatantly doing it's like I understand like in the background, like at a distance, their back's turned, but when it's like they're standing next to you and you're filming yourself, okay, there's a taste. I just think it's tacky, right? You have no class. You literally, you have no class. You don't care. You're self-absorbed as fuck and it's obnoxious. So the other day I'm doing my hip thrust machine and these two women come in. God bless them. They're working out too on a Sunday. Was it on Easter? No, it was on a Saturday. This was on Saturday. Yeah. And I'm like doing my hip thrust and there's a cell phone like over me, like filming. I'm like, there is a phone in my fucking face. Like, and I lost my shit and I get activated. Okay. If you're filming me at the gym without my consent, I'm activated. My cortisol is raised. I'm in fight or flight and I'm going to come 2 inches in front of your face and tell you to stop filming me. Okay. That's why I'm at the gym. And again, no one is safe. If I'm going to be a pill. If I walk into your gym, I'm going to be a pill. It's okay. Okay. Put the camera down, get to work out, put the camera down and shut the fuck up. Okay. So, people are like, don't go to a gym if you don't want to be filmed. There's surveillance video of you. I'm like, shut the fuck up. There's a way to be tasteful and courteous about it, right? And I've talked about this a million times. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but anyways, I catch the camera like directly filming me and she's doing like an RDL or something and her friend's filming it. And I know I'm in the background. I'm just like pissed. I'm just like, dude, come on, man. Like, come on. So I get it. I pull my headphones off. I'm like, I catch it and I get up and I'm like, and I was breathing hard because I was doing a heavy hip thrust, and I was like, oh no. I'm like, stop filming me. I don't want to be in your video. And she's like, oh no, you're not in it. You're not in it. And I'm like, let me see. And she shows me the video, and I'm like, I'm like featured in the video. And I'm like, oh no, please delete that. Like, I don't want to be in your content. Thank you. Like, that's all I say. I'm really like, I'm not like crazy about it, but they're so like, anytime I do it, cause I've done it a handful of times now, they're so like on their heels, like, oh shit. Like, I'm so sorry. Like they get like really, they're like, they feel bad about it. And I'm trying to like wake these hoes up to the fact that you're weird. Like you're weird. It's so like people I don't think they realize they have no etiquette. They have no consideration for others. Like people's brains are just, they've turned to mush because of the phones, and it's a problem. And I'm trying to course correct, and have some fucking class. That's something my family was big on growing up. Have some class. I know I'm talking like a truck driver and it's not very classy, but you guys, look at the vibes. Look at the face. Look at the nails. Look at the hair. Look at my big tits. I got him. I whipped him out today for the show. I'm kidding. Nothing about my big tits is classy. Like, is it classy? It gets to the point where it's like, there's a fine line between. It's tough. I will say, as a member of the what is it? The bimbofication. What is the big titty committee called that Kristi Noem's husband's into? The bimbofication subculture that I'm involved in. I'm not involved in. I just have, you guys, whatever. It's really difficult to dress because there's a fine line between, like, it can look really tacky quickly if you're not careful with how you display your goods. Okay. And so I'm always like thinking about that. And it's actually annoying because getting dressed is 10 times harder now than it was cause like when you don't have boobs, like when I first started on this journey, I've never talked about my tits so much on a show. I was going to say sex change journey. What is the change? Blow up doll journey. When I first started, so like when you have like I always thought it was hard to get dressed, and because I couldn't fill out any tops, right? Like I was like, oh, I can't fill out anything. That's why I was like, I want boobs because it's like annoying. And I just always wanted to feel like confident in a bikini and like, and then now I'm on the other side of it where I'm like, no tops fit me. And it's really hard to shop. A lot of cute tops that girls wear, I simply can't wear because I can't leave the house in them. It's just, even like swimsuits are so tough too. The swimsuits are really tough. I kind of have to wear the, like if I'm trying to be respectful, if I'm in like at a community gathering in a swimsuit and I'm not at my friend's house in their hot tub, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care in that setting. It's like, whatever. I kind of have to wear not matronly bikinis, but like, I need a lot of like coverage, and it kind of, I don't know, ruins the vibe. Because I feel like with bikinis, less is more. Like it looks better to have a smaller bikini than a bigger bikini, but not in my case. Sometimes it's like, pick me, choose me, love me, pay attention to me and my looks and my body. It's all I'm good for, and it's all I want people to know me for is my big Guys, I love podcasting. Like, I'm having so much fun right now. Okay, so I told the chick off. Okay, I went to Nordstrom. You guys, you know how I love going to the Goodwill? I'm always like, after this podcast, I'm going to go thrift shopping. I'm going to go to TJ Maxx. I'm going to go to Home Goods. I'm going to go to the Goodwill. And I'm going to go to Trader Joe's. Like, that's my, and Starbucks and I'm going to get a car wash, get my nails done. What's like my perfect day? Yeah. Okay. So I realized last Saturday when Corey was in Palm Springs, I was like, okay, I have a me day ahead of me. A me day. It's a Saturday. I do this every week, every weekend, whether he's here or not. Like I go out and I run errands, which is basically I go shopping. And I realized last Saturday, I'm like, wait a minute. TJ Maxx hasn't been hitting lately. Like the Goodwill hasn't really been hitting lately. Like, wait a minute. I can just go to the mall. Like I can go to Nordstrom. I can go shopping. I can go to an actual department store. I'm within a quick drive to one. Like I can easily go and like, why don't I ever think to do that? So I got my little car and I drove to Nordstrom and I went to Skims and I got Skims PJs. So life update, I have Skims PJs now. And, yeah, I literally, it was like, the thing is I have, control issues or what do you call it? I just learned this new term. It's called like decision-making OCD, where you have to consider every option. It's when you like overly research something before you buy because you're trying to feel some sort of like safety and control. Like there's a term for it. It's like over, it's like being an overthinker, but with decision-making, it's like it's like research OCD, I think is what it's called. I don't know. There's always a term for everything. But it's kind of like the thing is too, it's kind of like when I do my grocery shopping order. Sometimes it's like, hey, just press send to the house now. But like I'll overthink every single item I bought and I'll be like, wait a minute, is there a different type of peanut butter that I actually like better that I should look for instead? And then I'll like delete the one from my cart and then go and look for, you know what I mean? I'm like over analyzing my every decision. And so with being in the Skims lingerie, like PJ section of Nordstrom, I'm like walking around so much, looking at every item, analyzing every single option. And there was like 6 employees that are like, are you doing okay? And they kept like coming back to me and I'm like, I'm not stealing. Like I was there for probably an hour and a half browsing, never tried anything on. I would like put something on my like arm to buy. And then I'd realize like, wait, I actually want this other one instead. And then I like, look at the other one, like switch things out. So it was obnoxious, but yeah, love Nordstrom, love going to the mall every now and then. Like it's kind of like going to the movies. Like if you go to the movies too much, it doesn't hit as hard. Like you know what I mean? You have to kind of space that out. So excited for The Devil Wears Prada 2. On May 1st, we are reclining our fucking feet to The Devil Wears Prada at our local Cineopolis, whatever we go to, our local movie theater. And I'm going to fulfill my husband's dream of seeing The Devil Wears Prada 2 because this man's favorite movie is The Devil Wears Prada. He's like, don't ever tell anyone that. I just told the world. Okay, honey? Everyone knows like he loves that movie. And I feel like it's just such a perfect movie. The pacing, the writing, that's the thing with a lot of the best, like for example, the Pirates of the Caribbean, I think I need to write this down on the things we love list, is a perfect movie. Through and through. It's a perfectly, like every single scene in that movie, the script, the way everything connects is so perfect. And the reason why, like, I feel like I like older movies is because something about their pace is better. And now every movie you watch, like the biggest thing happens first. And then they like go back in time because they do like a huge action scene first. Because now they have all this information about people's attention and like during a movie and like, I feel like it ruins it. I feel like, yeah, the way they write things now is different, but back to the department store, I went to Nordstrom and then I was like, wait, there's other stores at this mall I could go to. And then I was getting too tired. Like I was like, wait a minute, I can't. Going to the mall all afternoon is a lot. Like you need to get lunch and you need to, But man, the women's bathroom on a Saturday, it was like 1 p.m. Oh my God. The women's lounge, the Nordstrom women's lounge. There's just nothing pleasant about the smell of a women's bathroom on a Saturday at any time. Like, I mean, it's always like a line. There's just a lot of like, just grosses me out. So former secretary, let's do the time for the news. Okay. So former Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem's husband, Byron, God bless Byron. He allegedly bankrolled a model's lavish lifestyle and boob job in Bimbo Bride Quest. Okay. Believe he said he's falling in love with her over a message. There's tons of messages exchanged. Oh my God, the images. Guys, this is really, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, I know Kristi Noem already said that, we're devastated. I mean, this is it's like when Kris Jenner found out her husband Bruce wanted to be a woman. You know, this is like a tough thing to face. It's just a very non-traditional, then a piece of me is like, I wonder if she knew this. Like, I wonder if, is this some sort of like humiliation ritual they're doing? Cause did she like stole a bunch of money for a campaign? I don't know. I feel like did they already know about this and they're trying to drop it? They're dropping it now to just really give her the finger. I don't know, but I'm gonna edit out all of these noises I'm making. Sorry. So Kristi Noem's cross-dressing husband Byron allegedly bankrolled a Barbie doll fetish model's lavish lifestyle and paid for an even bigger boob job in a quest to make her his bimbo bride. OnlyFans model Nicole Recogno, 47, claimed in a bombshell interview with the Daily Mail on Tuesday that Noem also repeatedly professed his love for her and offered to marry her just days after his wife was fired as Homeland Security Secretary. I seem to be falling in love with you. I do love you, the dad of 3 allegedly wrote in a March 10 message as he offered up cash to enlarge her 38N breasts even more. Okay. I fucking want to pay it because you're the one that I love. I would love to marry you, Noem told her. Recogno, who lives in Las Vegas, claims she started interacting with Noem back in 2020 when he first subscribed to her OnlyFans page under the pseudonym Jason from Chicago. At the height of their arrangement, which only cooled off last month, Recogno, I'm trying to get this last name right. Recogno claims Noem was paying her $1,500 a month. He also allegedly helped pay off her credit card and showered her with lavish gifts, including designer bags and shoes. The arrangement was okay, this is a quote. The arrangement was he'd get all my videos for $1,500 every month. Wait, I need to talk like her. No, every month to help me pay half my rent, she told the outlet. She's a very smart woman. Like, this is a smart woman. He would never say to me, the acting dumb, acting like a bimbo is it's an act. Okay. He would never say no to me. He would pay for my fillers, my Botox. Whenever I was not looking like a hot bimbo, he would give me money. There's a picture of him with you guys have seen the picture. He's got like the nude crop top with, is it a bodysuit? With the big balloon tits, the nipples. They're not pointing. They're not very symmetrical, which I don't know. He needs a new surgeon. Recogno claims that Noem repeatedly laid laid bare his fetishes over the years, including telling her that he wants to be a bimbo like me. Byron was addicted to my bombshell Barbie curves and enormous breasts, she said, adding that he admitted to owning a pink thong. We're going to get into the psychology of this because I am fascinated by it because I'm not trying to, I don't want to be insensitive, but like as a woman who, or just anyone listening right now, it's like something, it's hard to like imagine because when you see him and how he presents as a man, it's hard to understand the psychology of like why he would. That's what fetishes are crazy though. Like you never know what people are into. Like you really don't. So he owned a pink thong. Okay. Recogno said she eventually realized Noem's real identity last June after spotting his real name on PayPal payments made on her card. Oh shit. Still, their arrangement continued. Their last message on March 23rd, just 2 weeks before the Daily Mail exposed Noem's cross-dressing double life on the bimbofication fetish scene. In one of their final messages, Recogno said Noem said, "Miss you, would so love to date you." She's 38 ends. I think he wanted her to get 3,000 cc's. I wonder who her surgeon is. What if we have the same? I wonder if we have the same surgeon because I know because of my research doing when I went in to do what I did, there are only that I found that were reputable. Like there's one in Miami, one in Newport, one in Chicago, maybe one in Texas that specialize in extra large implants. And basically what that means is that the FDA doesn't approve of, you can't, after 800 cc's, you can make silicone up to 800 cc's. Yeah. So how implants work, since we're on the topic of Kristi Noem's husband's tits, how implants work is that, or Kristi Noem's, excuse me, since we're on the topic of Kristi Noem's husband's big tit fetish, okay? The way implants work is that under 800 cc's, the FDA or whatever approves, you can go silicone up to 800 cc's. After that, it has to be saline. So you don't make silicone implants that are 3,000 cc's. You overfill an 800 cc implant with saline, if that makes sense. So I think the biggest implant size, like the physical shell of the implant, can only be 800 cc's, but you can actually fill it larger than that, if that makes sense. So it's like a balloon that can expand. So that's how that works. And anyways, Noem, for his part, hasn't yet commented on the latest claims of his secret fetishes. After the scandal broke last week, his wife said via spokesperson that she was devastated to learn of his involvement in the bimbofication fetish community, adding that the family was blindsided by the embarrassing revelation. Yeah. I mean, let me see her tits. Kristi Noem's tits. Is there a bikini pic? Kristi Noem bikini. She's hot. Like, I'll give it to her. See, you're just not into your wife. I mean, it's just like you're into your wife, but you're. It's just like a porn addiction thing, probably. It's like it stems from, I don't know. Because where do you get this visual and this need to like see boobs this big? Like, unless you're watching some crazy fetish porn stuff. Like, that's obviously what it is. Yeah, she's got a nice body. I mean, I wonder if she has fake boobs. Those look like, yeah, anyways. Okay. So let's get into why do men cross dress, or why are they into this bimbofication fetish stuff? So because I'm curious, like, I'm like, what is it? Because sometimes I read stuff and I'm like, I kind of get it, but not really. So many experience joy, satisfaction, and reduced stress from wearing feminine clothing, such as dresses, makeup, and lingerie. Stress relief and relaxation. It can act as an escape from the pressure of traditional masculinity, allowing men to feel calmer and more relaxed. So it's kind of like a meditation practice. Strapping fake, if you're a man and you want to feel calm, try strapping fake tits to your chest as a meditation practice. Like, I actually get this because like being a man is all about masculinity and being tough and hard and strong. And it's like, if you could just feel breasts on your chest, like big breasts, like that might, and you like tits. The thing is so when you feel them on yourself, would that just like calm you down? Go touch your wife's tits, but like also like put some on your own body. I think that's what I'm picking up from this. But then he liked to wear yoga pants too. I'm not sure what, maybe putting on yoga pants is relaxing. Oh, appreciation of fashion. A lot of men cross-dress because they're attracted to the variety, colors, and softer textures available in women's clothing. Exploring gender identity, obviously, for some, it's a way to explore or gender bend, allowing them to connect with a more feminine side of their personality. Arousing motivation for some men, cross-dressing is linked to sexual fetishism, though not for all. Psychological comfort and may be used to cope with emotional, personal, or professional pressures, offering a sanctuary or a way to process emotions. So really interesting information here. So I'm on this Reddit it's the cross-dressing subreddit. And someone posted, why do people cross-dress? I'm trying to understand. And someone wrote back, there are so many textures to women's clothing. I see them walk by and my first thought is, how does that outfit feel to be in? Then hearing the sound of heels, seeing the glint off jewelry and a hair toss just makes me jealous. I'm just sitting here in boxers, khaki pants, and a polo. Why don't I get to stand out in a crowd? I just want to feel special when I walk into a room. That's deep. Last week we were kind of man-hating, and this is not a man-hater podcast, but this is making me feel like some deep empathy towards men. Sometimes we're so hard on men, you know what I mean? Like we have so many expectations as women, like what we expect of them. And it's like, imagine, and vice versa, but it's different. And I feel like our expectation is to feed, fuck, and shut the fuck up. Feed men, fuck men, and shut the fuck up around men. And also birth their children. It's kind of like all we are required of, but they have a lot of their expectations or what we expect of them is like, keep me afloat, provide for me, give me gifts, build me things, fix things, be hot, be funny, be charismatic, give me a massage, rub my feet. I don't know. So this is just a way for men to feel relief and kind of feel what it's like to be a woman. So I do get it. My siblings and I we used to cross-dress when we were younger. When I think about it. Yeah, we were really into cross-dressing. Like we would dress up as like male pirates, my sister and I. We'd be shirtless and we'd draw like chest hair on our chest and we would draw like mustaches and we'd pack our pants with socks. I don't know. We were fucking weird as kids. What else would we do? I don't know if that's like, I don't know. We would always dress my brother up as a girl and like we would do makeup on him and put heels on him. And we have like funny, I mean, the best black male pictures we have are of my brother, like in a bikini with grapefruits in his bikini top. We were exploring back then. We were just feeling things out and like trying, because it's just like, it's what kids do. What other, like, what else would I dress up like a boy? I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was kind of fun to dress up like a boy when we were kids. We would like, yeah. So, someone wrote, for me, cross-dressing is a form of art. It's never really been a sexual kink thing for me. I just like exploring feminine fashion and dolling myself up. Yeah, there's a spectrum here. So there's a Forbes article, The Bimbofication Fetish Explained by Experts. Bimbofication involves the hypersexualized role play of dumb blonde or Barbie doll characters, which present as uninhibited, glamorized sex objects. Characters in the scene typically feature very large breasts, small waists, and clothing that emphasizes sexuality. Yeah. So lots of pink, heavily enhanced features, long acrylic nails, platform heels, gemstones, cartoonish, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I just think it's interesting. And again, my heart goes out to these men that are in this community, because I can only imagine. I mean, you have to, because it's like, okay, with fetishes, with kinks and stuff, it's like, I think for her husband, for Byron Noem, I think it's a sexual thing. I do think it's a yeah. I don't think he's exploring his gender identity or exploring or like looking for stress. Maybe I think he's stressed. The sexual part is a stress relief. Yeah, but I don't think he's exploring women's fashion. I don't think he's genuinely curious in that department of the bimbofication fetish community. I think he's straight up like getting off to it. So, hey, we're all looking for, sometimes you need a release. Okay. Sometimes you need a release, and not all of us can be relieved the same way in this world. And I think it's beautiful. Shout out to Byron Noem. Keep it up. Keep being you. Strap those tits on, and don't forget to, are they going to get a divorce now? Like, do you get divorced over this? If I was Kristi Noem, I would be at a surgeon's office yesterday, and I'd be getting 3,000 cc's. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be at a consultation immediately after finding this out. I would want to be my husband's dream woman. I would be getting my lips injected. I'd be getting that rib car surgery. I get my waist removed. I'd go blonde. I'd lean in. I'd lean into like being my husband's fantasy girl. Or I would get a prosthetic. I would join him with his prosthetic boob setup. I'd walk around the house with it. I don't know. I feel like I would get in on it with him. Maybe they do, like maybe in the bedroom, like they're doing stuff like that. Like she is like, it's instead of a strap on, she's strapping on like it's like tits. But he's doing it too. And then like, what do they do? Rub them together? I don't know. I'm generally not making fun of it. I'm showing empathy, because like we all need a release, and not everyone is a square when it comes to what turns them on sexually. Okay. Not everyone can sail off into the missionary sunset once a month and call it a day with their partner. That's not going to do it for a lot of people out there. And that's what makes the world colorful. That's what makes the world a beautiful place. Okay. We just went behind the moon. And nothing matters. Like the bimbofication fetish community, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, let them live. What else is, I do have this palette cleanser before we do the, what do you call it? The Noah Beck. And what do I have left? The Artemis II mission. Guys, I'm so sorry. Like, the fucking Pepsi is getting to me today. The bubbles are getting to me. I'm not drinking enough water. It's the 52 cheese and crackers with the Kalamata olives and the chocolate chip cookies with frosting on them. Guys, I'm a hot mess today. Okay. It's just, I'm slipping. You guys, I'm slipping. Like, summer's around the corner. I'm catching myself slipping and it's not cute. Okay. So, we also have Nancy Guthrie. So this is an influencer. I'm going to do a little palette cleanser video. This is an influencer named Audrey Peters. I used to follow her during like 2020 pandemic times. Like, I think it's kind of when she started popping off, or she made a lot of content. And she posted this video that basically is disclosing that she gets every single meal delivered every single day. She never cooks. She doesn't do grocery. It's like every single meal is DoorDashed in Uber Eats or whatever. What's the other one? DoorDash, Uber Eats. I feel like it starts with an I. Instacart. No, that's like the grocery one. Postmates. She Postmates everything. And I watched this video and I'm immediately mad for a multitude of reasons. Let's watch it and then I'll tell you why I'm mad.
I get every single meal delivered every single day because I am incredibly lazy. Mama Do and I are like this. So I thought I would show you guys an entire day of deliveries. We are starting off strong with my first delivery of the day at 9:32 a.m., which is my coffee, because why make it when I could have it delivered? I start my day every single day exactly the same way with a vanilla iced latte from Starbucks. This is a grande iced latte with almond milk, 2 pumps of vanilla cream cold foam, and cinnamon. I am a basic white girl and proud. What can I say? Cheers. Hits every single time.
I'm going to say this about Audrey Peters. I have a lot to say. We're going to start off with this. She's clearly rich and loves her life. She's a rich woman, a rich influencer who loves her life. She's extremely bubbly. She knows this is rage bait. She's making this video. She's yelling. Okay. She's yelling, and that needs to stop. But aside from my belief that she is not good looking, unfortunately, she is in the wrong profession. She should be working in a call center. She should not be on camera. And that is very harsh, but it's the reality. Like, aside from my thoughts on that, like, what's shining through in this video is that she's optimistic. She loves her life. She has tons of money. She loves her coffee. She loves ordering Starbucks every morning. She gets the same thing. And she's like romanticizing her life. Like, every part of this video, I just know, like, I've watched it before, but it's like, this is her fetish. This is we're coming off of Kristi Noem's husband. Sorry, I'm using the wrong terminology. This like gets her going. This perks her up. This makes her happy. I don't want to yuck her yums, but like, it is disgusting. Like, getting every single meal delivered is disgusting. But let's just continue because fuck. Okay, it's like.
And then obviously I always get my favorite sandwich possibly ever, the Starbucks bacon Gouda sandwich. I am saving this for later, though. I'm not quite hungry yet. I just wanted to have it. It is now lunchtime. It is 1:47 p.m. and I got Meadow Lane for lunch because I'm nothing if not predictable. And I got my favorite salad at the moment, which is the LA chop. And then, of course, the chicken tenders, because life is about balance. I'm also just realizing this is also what I eat.
I hate when people say that. Just eat the fucking chicken tenders and don't mention balance. I think I'm triggered because I just had a fat bitch lunch and I didn't eat a salad. But I think I'm also triggered because like, that's like when you recover from an eating disorder, and this is like weird. I'm bringing it up twice in this episode. I like don't talk about it anymore. Just like I don't talk about ADHD anymore, but like you catch things that people say and how they talk about food, and it pisses you off because it's like, hey, let's do neutrality. Let's not make food a thing. Let's just be 100% neutral, because the more you make it a thing, the more when you label things like good, bad, like, oh, chicken tenders are bad, salad good. Okay, well, it's all about balance. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Eaten a day, which I didn't mean for it to be, but not to sound pick me, I always try to have a salad for lunch or dinner every single day, ideally lunch. Gotta get a bite with mozzarella, salami, and chickpea. Cheers. It is now dinner time. It is 6:40.
She would do really well in the 1800s. If social media exists in the 1800s, she has a very colonial face. Is that the word? It's very colonial. I'm being hateful. I talked shit about Amanda Batula last week, and I said she's not attractive enough for me to care about. Like if you're hot, I'll take notice when it comes to the drama you're involved in that the internet is freaking out over. Like I'll pay attention. But if you're average looking, like I'm not invested. My brain doesn't like register, like nothing lights up in my brain about you. So like, I just don't care. So I was being hateful towards her last week about her looks, and now I'm doubling. I'm just Audrey Peters. I apologize. You know, this is the number one thing you get, shit on about, and she's a beautiful person. I don't know what I'm saying. This is not my brand. It is my brand. I am blunt, honest. Oh, I say my inside thoughts way too loud. I'm just sick and tired of these fucking influencers. This is disgusting. You're ruining society. This is not respectable. Like, this is what I'm getting to. Like, here I am podcasting. I'm sitting in my house. I'm like, you know, talking out of my ass about gossip and other people and drama and nuclear war. It's all balance. But these videos of I order every single meal every day. It's like, why are you filming this? Like, why are you filming this? Like, we need to start zooming out and asking ourselves, like, the context or content, like what we're watching is not normal. Like, this shouldn't be normal. It's so normal to film a video like this and see a video like this, but it's like I spiral too much. If I zoom too far out, I'm like, we're behind the moon. Like, we went behind the moon. Like, and then the video, like, I know she like moved to a new apartment, and it's like probably like $30K a month in New York. Or I don't know where she lives. I think she lives in New York. And it's like, people are just like disgusted by like, but it's also like, there's levels to life, and people live in different income or exist in different income brackets, and it's all relative. And it's like, well, of course that triggers you because you're poor and you can't afford your rent. And so, you know, but then someone who can live a life like that is like, oh yes, girl. Yes, queen. Like, I love Meadow Lane too. It's my favorite salad. Like, oh, like, oh my God, like we have the same closet and our apartments are like so similar. Like, you know, it doesn't phase them. So I think that's what social media is all about. It's like, don't watch content that's outside of your tax bracket because you're going to be pissed off. But I think for me, it's like the overconsumption. Obviously, it's like, it needs to stop. And the yelling, like, she needs to stop yelling. Here, let's continue.
45 p.m. and I got rooted for dinner. I am a Taurus, which explains a lot of this video, but subsequently a creature of habit. So I always get the exact same thing, which is the Audrey sauce, and then a bounty box with chicken, brown rice, and broccoli. Yes, the Audrey sauce is named after me, and it's spicy just like I am. So don't get it if you don't like spicy. One of my closest friends owns Rooted, and I don't just like.
You're not spicy. You look like a thumb. You're in the wrong profession. Again, like, please go It's so crazy. You just have to lean into being cringe now. And the people that are the most successful like influencers and TikTokers like she is, they don't give a fuck. I think it's like you can't have self-awareness if you're an influencer. The people that have the least amount of self-awareness are the most successful influencers. That's what it is. Because let me continue. Sorry.
Like it because she's one of my closest friends. It is delicious, and you should support a small female-owned business. But cheers. Lily, every single time you nail it. As soon as I finished filming that, I loaded up my cart at Pinkberry because we don't skip dessert.
Okay, her tits are pissing me off. They're way too, they're just nips are out and they're too small. And I'm pissed off. That's another thing. When you get a boob job, I'm being hateful again. You see other people with no tits and you're just like, get a boob job. Like someone like her, like if you're not rocking this department up here, down here, you got to rock the face and below department. That needs to, you need to looks max that. If you can't looks max the face, looks max the body, get your tits done and get a BBL. Or I'm going to delete this episode. I think this is like worth a cancellation, a campaign to get me off the internet. I'm going to be the who hurt you girl. Like you're a hater. You're mean for no reason. Okay. So Nancy Guthrie. This is what the update is on Nancy Guthrie. Savannah's back on the Today Show. Savannah Guthrie's back on the Today Show. She's leaning into joy. And then yesterday, like, I think that's her new thing. Like it's like you can take my mom, but you can't take my joy or something like that. Which this is so awful, like, and so confusing. But the latest is there were two ransom notes sent to TMZ. The first one said she's dead. The other one was like, we've seen her in Sonora, Mexico. And it's like, and apparently, allegedly, these were sent from a source that was the same source or that would, as the other ransom notes, something like that. So I don't know I don't feel like these are credible. And at this point, I don't know what we're going to find out. I feel like if we're going to find anything out, it's going to be like years from now. I don't think she's alive. I don't think she's alive. If the family's involved, like let's say someone in the family killed her, I think, are you, Savannah Guthrie, aware of, if some people think the family knows what happened, and if you're Savannah Guthrie, if your sister-in-law or your brother or your sister or your brother-in-law was involved in her kill, I don't know. That's insane to think about. But usually in murder cases, it's the people closest to the person that does it statistically. So you can't rule it out. You know what I mean? So then is Savannah Guthrie going to be, is that just going to be her secret? But then it's like, then they're on trial, because here's the thing. If the siblings would confess to something like that, and then you live with that, I don't know. I'm just speculating. It's not like you turn them in, but like, cause then I don't know. It's your sister. Do you cover for her for the rest of your life and just move on? I'm just, if they were the ones involved in her murder, but it could just be a basic, like, robbery gone bad, old woman gets killed. There's no trace of anything and no suspects and she's been discarded. So, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like it's that. My gut feeling is that, which is awful. But there's a lot of fuck shit with the investigation and some things that happened early on. Like allegedly the investigators weren't even murder. They weren't even, they've like never investigated a murder before or something like that. I'm not quite sure. So yeah, that's the latest on Savannah Guthrie. But yeah, like why is TMZ the FBI now? Like why is TMZ the source of information when it comes to Nancy Guthrie? It's like, honestly, their credibility is, the FBI is, or they're just as credible as the FBI at this point. Let's be honest. Okay. So the Artemis II mission is not complete, but I believe they went behind the moon, which was the goal, right? They wanted to slingshot around the moon. I think they went dark for 4 hours. They were not able to communicate with astronauts in those hours when they went behind the moon. Just looking for updates here. It's just crazy when I see these photos though. I'm like, so NASA releases one photo from far side of the moon as Orion is the shuttle name, heads back to Earth after historic flyby. I mean, I guess it's like, yeah, one photo's more impactful than like, here's 50. It's kind of like the picture of the mission. So I'm looking at this picture. And it's just like, it's so hard to believe. Like it looks fake. Like I know I'm just so on the fence. Anything space, I'm on the fence. And that's my truth. Like I'm not even a conspiracy theorist about it all. Like I've heard enough information against I've heard enough arguments about, you guys, am I fading? What time is it? 4 p.m. Yeah, we're fading. Sorry. Yeah, I've heard enough on both sides where I'm like, I've actually heard more compelling information as to why we haven't landed on the moon than for why we have, if that makes sense. And so that's why I'm a fence sitter. I'm like, I see the pictures, I see Neil Armstrong, I see the flag, I see the interviews, I see all the content out there about the moon landings. And then I'm like, But the something about the wires people like see on the astronauts and like the way they move doesn't represent 1/6 gravity and then I'm like, okay, you're going this far. Why don't you land on the moon? Like, and then there's pictures of the moon in the distance of the Artemis mission shuttle. And it's further away than like how we see the moon on Earth. So like, what's that? You know, there's a lot of, it's just weird. And then, so they are what to expect from the Artemis mission on Wednesday, tomorrow. So on the 8th day of their mission, the Artemis crew will continue their long journey back to Earth. They will also conduct tests to prepare for possible future scenarios in space. One test will assess their ability to protect themselves from solar radiation, including using equipment supplies on board. The Artemis toilet troubles are nothing compared to what the past astronauts have endured. I think they just had to shit themselves. Defecation was difficult to perform without the crew soiling themselves, clothing, and the cabin, the report read. The bags provided no odor control in the small capsule, and the odor was prominent. This is a the astronauts on the Apollo 10 mission. I guess, yeah, they reported a turd floating through the air. Jesus. It's disgusting. So, yeah, these pictures are not, I don't know. It just doesn't, again, like, it doesn't make me feel anything. Like seeing this picture of the moon. So you see like a little sliver of the moon on the bottom, and then you see Earth in the background. Like, we should all be freaking out. And it's like, I'm like, that's what we've all, it's how we all react now. And it's sad. It's actually really sad. So they're going to apparently land off the coast of San Diego on Friday. So is there a live stream? I think you can watch their, I think this is the live stream. Let me see. Oh, hey. Artemis live mission coverage.
But then when the Earth became apparent, its brightness, it was so bright. It was so bright it looked out of place. The gray of the moon and the black of space kind of seemed to go together, but then more in the dull sense, but then the vividness and brightness, like the difference between an LED display and a painting, right? You can just do things with light that you can't do with paint colors. The Earth looked out of place, and it just continued to dim the albedo and color that was earlier apparent in the moon. I'm passing to Kristi Noem.
I'm just going to say this about the pictures of the Earth and the moon from this mission. Because we're so familiar with AI now and how AI pictures look and how hyper realistic AI can make, like they make everything look real, but there's like a AI, it's kind of like the Mormon, what's the Mormon glow? What do you call that? The Mormon gleam? There's like a Mormon, it's like a rich, okay, like rich people have, like a really, really rich people have like a rich kind of a glaze. It's like the Mormon glaze. I think they call it the glaze. There's kind of like a glaze on AI images. So you can kind of like, I'm not saying this is fake and it's not real and whatever, but like there is something about these craters on the moon and the just like how the Earth looks. I don't, like the resolution isn't that, it's like, I'm looking at a bunch of pictures from behind the moon. I'm zooming in. Hold on. I'm really trying to like, I don't know. I guess it's just so unbelievable. And I think the fact that like, it's so, I mean, I don't know. They are covering this, but I don't know. People are not like, holy shit about it. Like this should be the only thing. Like we should have canceled the national championship should have been canceled last night. Like we're behind the moon. Like every single channel of every news station across the world should be like, hey, we're behind the moon. You know what I mean? Like why isn't it like that? There was more coverage. Like when Michael Jackson died, like there was more, the way the world took a pause and the way the world was glued to their TV is catastrophically or exponentially, what's the word? exponentially like greater than people's interest in this Artemis mission. And it's like, yeah, he had an emotional impact on so many people's lives. Like that makes sense. But like the going behind the moon does emotionally impact us because I feel like half the population's like, we didn't do this and we never landed on the moon. You know what I mean? So they're just like indifferent to it. I think that's what it is. Okay. Noah Beck's sister. Guys, the story is this. His sister groomed a high school student. Noah Beck's sister's a pedophile. Allegedly. She groomed she's a high school teacher. She groomed a student for 2 years. There's like hundreds of text messages. And I guess her and this other teacher groomed the same student. And I'm like, I want to like see who this poor guy is. Like, who is this? I mean, when it happens to women, it's like the opposite. It's like pedophile, like cut his dick off, fucking hang him, like put him in jail. Like, but when women do it, it's like, oh, like good for him. Or, you know, people are more tongue in cheek about it. Like when a boy gets with a hot and she's not hot. So it's like the hot teacher. But he was 16 when they started this, or when she started talking to him. It's just weird because it's Noah Beck, and I guess there's been some strange videos of him and his family, like just a little bit off-putting stuff with how they interact. Let me just pull up this of the report on what happened. So here we go.
Best friends are our students.
They're nice to me.
Peoria teacher accused of having sex with a student after grooming the teen for 2 years is on the verge of being fired. Haley Beck was put on leave last August as a police investigation played out. That report found the Centennial High School teacher taught the boy during his sophomore and junior years, adding him on Snapchat, giving him better grades, lending him her car, and exchanging thousands of text messages about sex and alcohol. She will likely now officially be fired in April. Criminal charges have not been filed.
I know the county attorney has not pressed charges against her yet, but I am hopeful that she will be held accountable according to the law.
One parent shared their reaction following recent information being released about 27-year-old Haley Beck. According to documents sent to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, Beck has been employed by Peoria Unified School District since 2020, but alleged relations between the high school sophomore and Beck didn't start until the 2023-2024 school year. By spring 2025, Beck allegedly gave the student special treatment, boosting grades, improving attendance, and even doing his homework. Behavior the district's governing board is calling a power discrepancy. Between June and August of 2020.
Lock her up. Damn. It happens a lot, like this kind of stuff with high school teachers, but I'm trying to think. I've never felt weird vibes from a teacher in high school. Like creeper vibes towards me. I've never felt that. Like I thought some of my teachers were hot, but I never like got they never thought it wasn't like, I wasn't getting vibes from them, you know? Trying to think if I know anyone. Yeah, it does happen. It does happen. So yeah, there's that. Okay. The summer house thing is like, people are like, it's the biggest story. It's the biggest scandal. It's like, I'm just really not invested. I never watched this show. I talked about it last week. I'm Team Sierra all the way. But like, it just, we need to reestablish as a culture, like how we, reality TV. Okay. So I'm like I'm conflicted because a piece of me feels like I'm going to be the reality TV go-to like source, like the gossip source, like the guru of reality TV. Like I watch this video, like this is going to be me.
What if my purpose in life is to be the person who alerts the group chat about pop cultural news? What if my purpose in life is to be a fan and to know meaningless information about celebrities and to be a pop cultural Paul Revere? Is that okay?
So I'm feeling that right now as a podcast host, because something that I don't do on the show anymore is the deep, introspective, self-helpy, mental healthy garbage. Like I mean, not that it was garbage. It helped me at the time. It helped me figure myself out, and I did a lot of deep work and with myself on the show, and it was great. But that was the chapter of my life. Okay. So I stopped doing that. So it's like, what do I do now? You know, I talk about current events, I talk about pop culture, I talk about my life, and I feel pulled to reality TV right now, because as much as I'm like, this is trash, this is garbage, this makes me feel stupid when I watch it, I think there's a lot of, and I know why people, especially women, it's like sports for women, love reality TV. It's because it's relationship dynamics. It's real people with real drama, and like that you can relate to, that you might also be going through and you've witnessed before. And so you feel connected to it. And I guess the word is relatable. It's like very relatable. And I think for me, what I'm feeling is that, okay, if I'm going to actually like sit my ass down at night and watch these shows, I think the angle I'll go with, because I can't help myself, is like the psychology of these, like the psychology element of the drama, and I can dissect that portion of it. And I think that will be fun for me. That'll make me feel like it's not for nothing, because it'll be more educational. Because that's where my mind goes when I watch these shows. I'm really deeply interested in like the psychology of Amanda Batula and why her brain works that way. And just how she was acting when she was married to Kyle. And so basically the lore is this. So West and Amanda came out and they're like, hey, we're together, whatever. And Kyle and her separated in January. Kyle and Amanda were married. Sierra and West dated for like 2 minutes. It wasn't like they were in this long, deep, loving relationship. It wasn't like earth-shattering to her, even though like Sierra supported Amanda when they separated in January and was like her friend on her side, like during her newly single era, like, and then she gets with the guy that her friend dated and has probably been fucking him this whole time, because that's the latest. Like, so what I've watched a lot on TikTok is, I'm still watching embalming TikTok. No. That's a weird algorithm. Like, don't get on funeral home TikTok. I like videos that are like, why I became a mortician. And it's like, some of them are really fascinating stories because people had a family member die and it was really traumatic for them. And so like being close to death makes them, it like healed them. So they like becoming a mortician was kind of a healing thing. So it's called death care. It's not like healthcare. It's called death care. So yeah, I'm on death care TikTok. Not only am I on that, I'm on Summer House old episodes of the show, TikTok. Like I'm on people dissecting old episodes of the show, and they're dissecting West and Amanda's interactions and their body language and the touching and the sitting next to each other and the eye contact and the body language and stuff. And people are like, oh my God, like this went right over our heads. Like this is so obvious that they were in love or they were like into each other this whole time. So people, that's it. That's really it. I hope it's really not a big scandal. Like it is a big scandal for like people that are invested in the show. The show's been on for 10 years, 12 years. So, okay. And then Taylor Frankie Paul's leaving the Mormon church. That's the latest. I think she wrote something on Easter. And, people are like, she was exiled from the Mormon church. I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care. But like, I did watch when Corey was gone in Palm Springs, I did watch an episode of season 1, episode like 4 of Mormon Wives. Like that's where I'm at. And I was into it. Like I do enjoy a little reality TV. I do. I think I'm coming out as a reality TV girl. And I never, like you guys know, I've never been into it. Like I've just never, and it has to do with like, I'm usually not sitting down on my couch at night. Like I am pretty much every night, but like sometimes I'm working up until like 8 p.m. and it's like, I get ready for bed after that. I don't sit on the couch. And then if I am sitting on the couch, it's like, we're going to watch a true crime doc, or we're going to watch the basketball championship game, or like whatever's on TV, or like the news for a little bit. And or a movie, you know, and it's like it's like what we want to watch together. Like my husband doesn't like, it's not like he's into, we did watch the entire season of Love Overboard. He was into that. He can get into it, but I think, yeah, I need to start getting him into Mormon Wives. He's like, this is the worst show I've ever seen. So we're starting off rough, but yeah, I watched an episode of it the other night and I'm like, their hair. The thing is it confirms what I believe in, the hot girl trilogy, or the hot girl holy trinity, the hair, tan, nails thing. When you watch the show, look at the Mormon Wives, hair on point, nails on point. Do they spray tan? I feel like they spray tan too. Tan on point. They do a shit ton of lip filler, but like having like hair is the outfit. Once you realize that hair is the outfit, your life will change. And I've been doing my hair. I'm going to end the episode because I'm fading and I need to stop. But I've been doing my hair every day, like curling it. And it literally takes me like 5 minutes. Like maybe 10. Okay. But when you think of your day and you think of, yeah, it's really not that much time. And I would rather have my hair done with no makeup on than have makeup. I'm changing like, and then have makeup on and my hair like pulled back and slicked back. So, cause it's more, it has more presence. Like it makes, when you see someone with their hair done, especially if it's like beautifully curled and blown out, it's like, wow, she looks so good. It's like, you could be wearing whatever and like your makeup could be whatever, but your hair is like, just like moves with you in a nice way. And so, okay, I think that's the episode. This was fun. Little mean. This was like a mean girl episode. I feel mean. Did I really mean that about Audrey Peters? I think we all want a change in the influencer community and just like, I think you have to just unsubscribe and not watch it and not, you know, and I've been the queen of unfollowing, muting, like only follow, like don't follow very many people on any social media platform. Like keep it tight. Like expose yourself to things that make you happy and light you up. And so, yeah, I guess it's just like, do that. But every now and then I come across some stupid shit like this door dashing every meal video. And I'm like, it's like we've regressed. I think that's what it is. Influencer culture is a huge sign, like typical influencer culture, that we've regressed as a society. Like, I don't think it's a positive step forward. I don't think it's a positive step forward, because now we're going to spiral and get too deep, but like, I just feel like it makes you feel like you need to buy all this shit all the time. There's always a product. There's always a new thing. There's always a new trend. And then the way people live their lives is so normalized, where it's like, yeah, they don't have jobs. They just film content all day long. I mean, neither do I. But like, this is what I do. I guess I'm talking about myself. At the end of the day, I guess I'm talking about myself. But it's when they're gluttonous about it and they're like nonchalant about their gluttony that is hard to watch. I think I just want more people to be arm in arm with, like, I need these influencers on a daily basis at their local homeless shelter feeding the poor. I need them in their children's hospital visiting sick children in like fun outfits. I need them at their dog shelter saving dogs from being euthanized. I need them in foreign countries where there's famine. And like, I need to, like, that's what, like, okay. That's the wave of like influencing that we would all respect, right? Like shit like that. And I hate when influencers, like super snooty, like shiny influencers have like some sort of charity thing in their, or like how they give back in their bio. I'm like, at least it's something, I guess. I'll take what I can get, but I'm thinking about myself too. I think the more I'm big on like local living, like immersing yourself into the community that's closest to you and like getting involved into activities. I mean, for me, it's like activities. It's not necessarily like volunteer work and charity type stuff. It's more like just being around my community and doing things with people in my community. But it's a step. I think that's a good step, a step in the right direction. But yeah, I guess who fucking cares? Like this world is, I don't know. I don't like feeling like indifferent or what's the word? Like the malaise of, we're spiraling and I said I was going to end it and you guys get the point. I think that's it. I had fun. Did you have fun? Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast. Wherever you listen to podcasts, please hit that subscribe button and review the show 5 stars while you're there. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a video and audio podcast. So if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And finally, if you want to support the show, patreon.com/TJMS, patreon.com/TJMS. Do I have any other thoughts? Oh, I'm also like annoyed. I just can't do any more wellness content. I don't want to hear about biohacking. I don't want to hear about health and wellness. That's another lane that I just tune out. I don't like when people talk about it and do interviews about it. I'm like, being healthy is very basic and we overcomplicate it. And being alive and just like having a routine and just like running a household is very basic. Yet it's like everyone needs a fucking compartment and container for every single item in their house and it's like we make everything. We've overcomplicated everything and it's just like simple local living, community, connection, love. And whatever fetish you're into will get you through this life. I think, yeah, what Kristi Noem's husband's up to is a result of influencer, toxic influencer culture. What am I saying? I need to fucking go. Love you. Talk to you in the next episode. I'm kind of into doing this multiple times a week. And we're keeping that on the low because I don't want to overcommit, but I do love doing this more than once a week. At heart, as you know, I'm a daily podcaster. So we might get back to that. So love you. Thanks for being here and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.